Hello and welcome to Fortnite with Sephiroth VX. I, of course, am still babying this weird issue I'm having with my connection, so hello. Today we will be on Fortnite, and tomorrow we'll probably also do Fortnite. I probably only have 2 streams this week. Um, Wednesday I'll work a little late. If we come in Wednesday, it'll probably be a short stream, 10 to 12, maybe. But it depends. Wednesday's a maybe. It depends how I feel. As you can see, one of the first things you see when I come in today is we have Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. If you haven't seen it, the Disney show by Tim Burton, starring a bunch of people with music and musical vocals of Danny Elfman, as well as a bunch of other kind of big stars at the time. You can get the pack today, and the pack comes with Jack, who has some really good animations. First, this is his built-in emote, which looks really cool and straight from the movie. But just him in anything just looks good when his face is just moving. They really animated his mouth pretty well. So it comes with that. It'll come with Zero, who looks cute as frick. I mean, look at that. It's the cutest ghost dog ever. He's cute in the movie, but he even looks more cuter in his. More cuter in CG, oh no. He comes with this parasol umbrella, which has like a, it's a small bit in the movie. I think he might float down on it. It's been a while since I last saw this movie, I guess. At least a year. And I don't think the umbrella plays that big of a part. They do have the reindeer. The undead reindeer is what pulled his sleigh. This is his sleigh, which is also a coffin. And the trash can where the presents come out of. They don't have a fall for him. I just left Bats from what's his name, because it fits. Of course, he not also has a built-in emote, but he has this. I don't know if this is supposed to have music to it, because it does bounce like it's supposed to, so possibly. And we can't hear it because my third party is off. Thank you, DMCA, whatever the hell it's called, DACA, whatever. Thank you, evil Republicans and corporations, for ruining that for us. Also, they don't have a wrap, but this fits. This is my only new one. Mind you, the other day, they released Transformers. It comes with Megatron, the villain of the Transformers. Now, these look cool, like there's lots of parts to them, but unfortunately, their mouths don't move. That said, that's the only problem I have with it. Looks pretty cool, cool hinges and everything on it. I always like the really robotic stuff, especially with the pistons you can see move and the joints and whatnot. Comes with Megatron. What does Megatron say, by the way? True power isn't earned, it's taken. Wield the I was reading that. Wield the devastating power of the Energon weapon. Decepticons attack. He comes with the Decepticon emblem, the Energon mace. That's pretty much all they come with. And he does have a built-in emote. Fusion Cannon, which is also a reference to his original form. In his original form, Megatron is a gun. They had to remake him into like random vehicles or alien tech when he became a toy, because there's legal things about having a gun without an orange piece at the end of it, and the orange piece sort of ruined his character, so they refused to make his gun form and toy form. Comes with the Battle Bus Transformer, including a balloon. Pickaxe, which actually is a reference to the blue pickaxe, an old blue pickaxe we have. And that's about it. I gave him, of course, the original umbrella. And some OG moves. It looks cute. And I got a bumblebee face to it. I think they did that on purpose. And then, this one looks like movie Bumblebee. And then cartoon Bumblebee. Again, his mouth doesn't move. He comes with a Bumblebee. He comes with the car doors. It looks more like the Camaro than his Volkswagen, which he usually is in the old cartoons. And it comes with this, which also has a built-in emote. And a very familiar noise. And that's all they come with. Give him a umbrella thing. Have anything that yellow that isn't bananas? Right on a cloud. Oh, sort of bananas. Save. Did I save Jack? I really hope I saved Jack. Yeah, I did save Jack. And that's it on the really new ones, actually. You'd already know about Meowscles and whatnot. I did go ahead and load Jack up into the randoms for Fortnitemares. Today we're running Fortnitemares, no Locker series right now. I'll continue the Locker series after Fortnitemares if I continue streaming. If I don't continue streaming regularly, then I'll let you know and run the last one. I'll let you know as soon as I know. I don't know yet, and I haven't heard from my plausible job. But everything's been turned in background check-wise, so it's most likely going to happen. We do have Alan Wake experience right here. How did I get into it? We're going to try that first. Well, this is supposed to be made by Remedy, by the way, but they unfortunately have locked it behind having to find it. Here it is. So Alan Wake flashback, based on the award-winning cinematic action thriller, troubled author Alan Wake embarks on a desperate search for his missing wife Alice. This classic action-adventure game has been reimagined in Fortnite using UEFN tools. Shine light on the mystery of Bright Falls. So if you are a long-time watcher of me, you'll know Alan Wake was one of my first long stream games. Like I'm doing Medium and Alan Wake's second game, which is American Nightmare, that apparently a bunch of people don't know about. Wait, what the heck did I have to tear you back off? I already opened you. I have a bottle of water here, and I've opened it, and it like tore itself back off the rim, but I had already opened it. Anyway, you'll remember I played this, and then a while later I played his second form. They're both Xbox games. They also, I think I got the Alan Wake remake, but it really isn't different enough. Even it's kind of janky because it's the exact same game, re-skinned, and really it wasn't something I wanted to go back and just replay right away. I do need to finish the other in-universe game of that, Control, and of course we'll eventually play Alan Wake 2, I guess. But go ahead here. Single player, apparently. Yeah, single player. We'll be playing as a witch. We're going to play this first, then we'll go into the game. We'll be here until midnight. Okay, creative has taken a while to load up, by the way. Oh, I was going to go check out the store and see if anything else was there. But never mind. Hello, Skull Dude. So I'd like to give an opinion on Fortnitemares as of lately. The store in Fortnitemares this year is amazing. It might be the best Fortnite store ever, if you don't count the dumbness that they released. Like the first thing they released that was like supposedly Fortnitemares related was Rick and Morty, which actually headlined another Fortnitemares. This is dumb. That's not Fortnitemares related. Fortnitemares is Halloween. Give me nightmares, not angry, drunk, bad, dimension traveling grandpa. But this year, the new stuff is good. We have Jack Skeleton now. We've had a Meowscles, which looks amazing. We've had the Bog Fish Sticks, which looks some cool. And as a reference to the first map, which, spoiler, apparently we're going to see in a minute, in a while. And then they've had that mummy dude, which wasn't bad, wasn't something I wanted. And a bunch of other stuff. I can't hear anything. I'm trying to turn up my... That's the wrong one. Is this supposed to be the dream?
In a horror story, the victim keeps asking why. But there can be no explanation. And there shouldn't be one. The unanswered mystery is what stays with us the longest. And it's what we'll remember in the end. My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. And 13 years ago, I found myself in a horror story of my own making.
Shit, that looks like the actual Alan Wake. That doesn't even look like the thing they're releasing. That's Alan Wake from, Oh, yeah. They just put in-game Alan Wake content in here? Uh-oh.
I used to live in New York City with my wife, Alice. I wrote crime novels starring a fictional detective named Alex Casey. They made me famous. But then I killed off Casey.
If you're going to ask if I'm going to kill off Jason, the truth is I don't know the ending of Jason yet. It's not going to happen in a while. Speaking of, with my new job, I don't know how that's going to impact my writing. I'll keep writing. I love writing. Just don't know how it impacts sales. Oh. This is exactly the same house. This is not Fortnite shit. Looks like the stuff from in that game. Look, this is just in-game content
Can't even talk to
from
me?
Alan Wake. This is amazing. I'm having fun with this one.
I need to write something different. Something new, but nothing works. I can't take it.
Alan, you've been working on this for over 2 years. You need a break. I heard about this peaceful little town. It'll be the perfect place to clear your head.
Yeah. Yeah, sure it will. It won't trap you there forever. You've been there only for, what, 10 years now?
So Alice convinced me to visit Bright Falls, a small, quiet town in Washington. Just what I needed. First, we stopped at the local diner to get our cabin key from the landlord.
God, the memories. Any of y'all with me back here when I played this game? Oh, look, it's the black goop. Yeah, I can burn it away. Hold on, let's look around. There should be a lady over here chatting to us about coffee. A guy with hernia over there that's an old musician. An old lady in the back over there is like, meh. The lady over here is going to be like, the dark is going to kill you.
As soon as I stepped in the door, the waitress, Rose, recognized me. Said she was my biggest fan.
Oh, right.
Had all my books. After she made me promise her an autograph,
This is crazy.
I asked about the landlord. Rose said he must have gone to the restroom.
We'll talk about Fortnitemares after this. I still love... So if you don't know, Fortnite doesn't run too much ray tracing, but I believe all its lighting is ray tracing. Still love how ray tracing lighting just helps it do this easier. I need to get accosted by a creepy lady.
I checked the back of the diner. It was dark, foreboding. The kind of place that made your skin itch. That's when Barbara Jagger appeared. An older woman in a vintage funeral gown, like something out of a 1960s horror novel. She said the landlord hadn't been able to make it and handed me the cabin key. She insisted she'd come by later to check on us and to meet Alice.
Did we ever figure out what was her deal? Was she just like a piece of the darkness? Piece of the lake?
Alice and I drove through the majestic landscape to our cabin. The little wooden house stood alone on a tiny island near the shore of Cauldron Lake, in the bowl of an impressive caldera.
Cool. I'm sorry, this might not be like super big to a lot of people, but any Alan Wake fans will recognize this shit.
It's something, all right.
Are you sure you read the directions right? It's nothing like in the brochure. It said near the lake, not on it.
It was a beautiful place. I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, forget about my work. I thought we could be happy here.
Why does he sound so distant? Right, I remember, spoilers if you haven't seen the first game, but the Caldera cabin actually wasn't supposed to exist. It had fallen into the caldera from an earthquake or rumble a while ago. But this entire area in the lake is like an SCP that feeds off people's imaginations. If you don't know what an SCP is, I can't help you. But if you play Control, it's like Foundation SCP, the fan game, and it shows that this place is known by the government for its anomalous abilities. And you guess something that feeds off.
I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
Something that feeds off. Uh, all right, is that the guy who helps us the light? Am I stuck? Okay. As you can guess, an anomaly that feeds off people's uh, artistic abilities probably gets. He got quite a mouthful with the writer, super famous writer. I've been writing a bit lately. I got into writing like a cyberpunk novel, probably because I'm playing cyberpunk. Um, I don't want to give too much away, but it's pretty fun, and I try to keep the whole pro-sex, completely rude, violent, nude, sexual content you'd find in a cyberpunk setting. I'm not editing, censoring a thing. There's gonna be pussy and more. In fact, there is pussy in like the first 2 chapters.
Surprise!
It's an old ass, right?
What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here. That a change of
Damn it,
scenery would
Alice,
get you
you-
past.
Everyone keeps...
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic.
Oh, Hartman.
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Don't. Just don't. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, did he just appear there? I never got that the first time through. Well, this is spooky. For people who haven't played the original game. That's right, she falls into the lake. He's in the lake because he had to save her. He gave himself to the lake to save her. Which was probably the lake's plan, because the lake had no reason to take Alice. Alice wasn't artistically adept. So more than likely,
When I came to,
the whole plan.
I was behind the wheel of a crash car on a forest road. I felt like I had woken up from one nightmare only to find myself in another. I remember diving in after Alice. So how was I here?
This is the part where Alan actually ends up in a story, if you remember correctly. He's writing a story. He's already trapped in the lake. The whole point is to write himself into saving Alice. That's the point of the first game, but it traps him in the lake forever. Even in American Nightmare, where it looks like he's outside the game, he's writing himself into events outside the lake, but he's still trapped inside the lake. So he only has like partial abilities to write himself out. He's using the lake's magic and his own writing to empower his abilities, but he's trapped there. Even in Control, where he's contacted you, the main character. God, this is sideways. And the doctor's there. He's writing things that are going on, but he's still trapped inside the lake. He's there still.
The loose sheets of paper were
Should be
pages
about
from a
part 2.
manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I'd planned to use for the next novel I'd never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it.
He had written it.
Departure by Alan Wake.
He did write it. He's writing it right now. Oh boy. Oh, I have no run. Ooh. It's very smoky over here. Okay, good.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter. I
All
found
right.
a page of writing, but it made no sense. A fragment of some demented horror story.
So the Taken are people in this world who are real, but affected by both the darkness of the lake and Alan Wake's writing. It's never quite clear who's fucking with the people. I think it's the darkness trying to keep Alan from doing what he's trying to do. Oh, buck. Beautiful.
At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery.
Yeah, so everything that happens after the point where he wakes up is him writing the novel. This part we're in currently, everything he plays in the game after that is him writing the novel. American Nightmares him writing, and Control part is him writing. I think it's kind of what I just explained, but I'm hoping to get it through to you if you haven't watched. If you haven't watched, there's both are in my playthrough lists. You'll find lists for both of them, Alan Wake and American Nightmare. I think they're maybe
I
in the same
realized that
list.
the shadowy figure was the character from the page I just found, the Taken. A man taken over by a creature of supernatural darkness called the Dark
He
Presence.
should be full of dark, though. He's not dark enough. I remember him talking. Are we gonna have to fight him? I don't have a gun. Oh, I have an invisible wall. Okay. That is cool. This is a logging thing. The little poppin'. Fortnite poppins. And they're like, you don't need to do both rocks. We'll get you to a second rock. Whew.
I'll write. I'll keep writing. Outside there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
See, he was
I would
trying.
come to realize the lake does something to works of art created here.
Yep.
It lifts the story from the page and gives it form, turns fiction into terrible truth.
Oh, that's not working
The
on this pole.
manuscript was becoming real.
Weird. This pole has no reaction to the ray tracing. Wait. There's two ways. That says that way, though. Guess I'll go this way because this is where it says to go.
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hayes, I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. You're a patient in my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Dr. Hartman. He's the doctor that ends up as a monster in Control. I think I stopped at him when I lost all my stuff from the old Xbox. This is the patient ward.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman? I fell. What? No, you. I found myself stuck in Cauldron Lake Lodge, Dr. Hartman's clinic. He tried to convince me I was a patient of his, that I had imagined everything. I knew he was lying. Soon enough, his true colors would be revealed.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
The pages I'd been carrying with me were gone. I needed them back. They were the key to finding Alice, to understanding this mystery.
Starfighter. Oh, fuck. Actually kind of surprised me. Assuming I have to go downstairs, I'm just checking everything like a good horror junkie. Really? That one didn't scare me, it just stopped me. I see I'm having issues with connection as usual, but we're still running, so we'll still keep running. Shouldn't run into lag here, hopefully.
The Dark Presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Was it trying to... I can't remember if it was trying to get Alan to write its freedom. Was that this point all the way to get an artist to free it? And the musicians just couldn't hack it? Couldn't write, "Free the darkness." Do do do. Huh?
I broke into Hartman's office to learn the truth. The manuscript pages were on his desk, the ones I had found and more. I confronted him, furious. He admitted he had been lying and tried to cut a deal with me. He was still trying to manipulate me, to use my writing for his own ends and to make the Dark Presence stronger in doing so.
Really? Quit that. It's more annoying than it is scary right now, Alan. See, I don't mind that. Block my way, but not right in front of my face. Oop.
I yanked at the night Alice went missing. Her screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
There was a whole week missing? Damn. I remember that. No. I had to shoot off. Oh, I'm in first person. Hello.
Alice! Alice!
In a dream, I found myself back at the cabin, just like the manuscript described. It felt like I was reliving a suppressed memory, a waking nightmare. This was my chance to find out what had happened to Alice.
She got eaten by the lake, right? That's what I remember. God, this first person of Fortnite's really disconcerting.
I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. Under the influence of the Dark Presence, I'd written a horror story, and now my own words were tearing my world apart. It was using my story to grow stronger, to spread its darkness. But somehow some part of me had been aware enough to write my own escape into the story, a way back to Cauldron Lake, to Alice.
I don't know why I like Alan Wake's voice. Just reminds memories. I think there was actually more than one Alan Wake actor, but just sounds like him to me. Still good on time? Still doing time. Okay. Still doing time. Yeah. That way is something. This way. The thermos. 2 of 6 flasks. That's right. You can collect flasks. I've been missing flasks this entire time, but not going off the beaten path. Ew. Little janky Fortnite physics here. Not that the original Alan Wake wasn't some jank. There was some jank in the original Alan Wake. Guess I'm going this way. Oh, I'm looking for thermoses. Look what they got me doing. Hunting thermoses like the old days. Sorry. Oh, wait. Any signs of thermiasis? I don't see some thermiacin.
The story I had written in the cabin had come true. Touched by the dark presence, I'd written a horror story, but the end was still missing. The story was incomplete, and the last unfinished page of the manuscript still sat in the typewriter in the cabin study. If I could get back there, if I could read the page, then I could write my own ending to this story and save Alice.
Why is the cabin in the middle of a field? Hold on, we're not going in yet. I'm looking for thermiacin. How many thermoses?
Jagger was waiting for me, but I worried. I had light on my side. I was ready. I fought Jagger with the light, shattered the darkness inside her. She was gone. But this was a horror story, and the ending had not yet been written. There'd be a price to pay.
The price is that he was stuck down there forever. He saved his wife, but she would escape at his cost. I don't think that's janky Xbox. I believe that cutscene straight from the game. I'm not janky Xbox, janky Fortnite. It is janky Xbox. Was this game from the Xbox One? Xbox 360? 360, right? 360 game? Yeah. For a 360 game, not bad. Actually, it's really good. I love that game. Good horror game. Super excited about part 2. Trapped in a lake
There's light
forever.
and there's darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. Alice was safe. but the balance had to be kept. I'd taken her place, a small price to pay. Now I was trapped here, in the dark place, outside reality.
Is the door here always white? Huh.
If I wanted to escape, I would have to start writing again. A new story. A sequel to Departure.
He called it American Nightmare.
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
Oh.
Return by Alan Wake.
Okay. That was good. I enjoyed that. You know, they, hello?
The dark presence is out there. It's hunting me. Its spies are always watching. It's trying to catch me. I think it did more than once. It's stealing from me. Stealing my identity. It wants to be me. Replace me. Twisted version of me.
Mr. Scratch.
Scratch. Mr. Scratch. It's slithering into the story. Once it's in the story, I have to use it.
Mr. Scratch is from American Nightmare.
It got in. I have to make the story darker now. But that gives it power. That's bad. I don't want that. But I have no choice. It's an arms race. Alright, now keep it together. Damn it. I'll be the first one to cross the finish line.
That was fun. I wonder what collecting all the flasks would have done. So yeah, last time that Mr. Scratch is from Alan Wake, American Nightmare. They didn't show that one. Just a little background on that one if you haven't seen it. It's also on my Alan Wake playlist. In American Nightmare, Alan Wake ends up in some rural, out of nowhere, middle nowhere, hick town, and finds out that there is a second version of him running around town doing bad things. Someone he calls, I believe, Mr. Scratch, the evil him. They kind of face off against each other several times. He tries to stop Mr. Scratch from doing things. I think there's some kind of time travel thing involved. It's been a while. But it's some kind of time loop he's stuck in until he ends it. The ending of American Nightmare actually had a hopeful, plausible ending. He didn't escape the lake. He's still stuck in the lake, but it shows the movie theater at the very end of him reuniting with his wife, which shows that in the future, he believes that's the true future, he would escape eventually. What else is on here? Try Quick Weapon, Legacy Styles, Pumpkin Set, Unawake, and Leak Off Locker Bundle. Let's actually go to the item shop real quick. Nothing really here. Jackie Skeleton is the big one. So that's everybody but Alan. I'm surprised they released Alan Wake's thing and not Alan Wake. Oh, if you haven't seen, they got the Zombos back out. The rest of this stuff has been here for a while. Shadow Mice is badass. We don't have it. I think this, this isn't the new guy. It's another one. It's an older one. Where is he from? 2-1? Surprised I don't have the new guys just sit out here where you can buy them. Anyway. We are now at 10 o'clock, so about 2 more hours, a little more. Let's see what we got on quests. So, try Art Witch. We do have something on her. We'll do her first. So on play, 0 build. Solo, 0 build. Rank off. Let's go. We're just gonna go grab her stuff, level up, get some more levels. Do I have any Battle Pass stars? I have 30. I'll even have more at the end of this. When did I grab 30? Did I get 30 right now in Alan Wake? frick did 30 come from? I swear I spent all my stars last time I was here. So, my thoughts on American Nightmare. Fuck. Fortnitemares. Fortnitemares this year, the store content is amazing. Yes, we got Mike Myers coming, amazing. And we got Alan Wake coming, amazing. We got Purple Evil Meow Schools. We got Bogfish States, all because they're probably the best store for Fortnitemares I've ever seen, honestly. I would love to see Jason come in one Halloween. But that's where my compliments end. Fortnite is focusing too much on its want-to-be Roblox ripoff. It wants that to be its big thing. It thinks it lost too much money in Battle Royale popularity, and that if it begins to rip off Roblox, it's going to somehow beat Roblox at that. I got it. Anyway, they think they're going to beat Roblox at that, which they're not. And they can forget about Battle Royale fun. And that's what they're doing. They're thinking about Battle Royale fun. This year, Fortnite, the focus on Halloween, other than that Alan Wake thing we just saw. The Horde Rush, which is fun, fine, whatever. It's nothing new. There's new parts of the map. And, that's it. We don't have decorations to houses anywhere, not in the city or Slurp or anywhere. Slappy. Hello, Squeaky. Yes, I'm streaming. You want to come up? We don't have the jump scare zombies. We have nothing on the map that says Fortnitemares except for one vampire and some purple glows at their estates. I don't know what the purple glow is about. I'm sure it has something to do with the Eclipse state and all the time travel shit. And Fortnitemares, which is fun, whatever. But it's not very Fortnitemares-ish. It's like I said this before, it's like they've gotten lazy, honestly. They want to focus on building their Roblox, and they want to ignore the real reason we come here. We come here for this. We don't come here for Roblox. If I wanted to play Roblox, I would go play Roblox. I'm not against the creativity, but I'm against it being the main thing, the thing they focus on. It isn't going to win today. So if their stuff is a little less popular than it's ever been, whatever. It's not costing them too much money to keep running and developing this. And they're still making money off of it. So that's my opinion on Fortnitemares. Yes, the first Fortnitemares wasn't anything big. It's not even as big as it is now. But it was the first Fortnitemares. After that, we've had so much. The cubes, the really good one with Midas. Oh, the hell was that? I will say that the Queen one was a little less, and that may have been a downfall. There was like nothing during that. They just wanted to integrate the Queen one. But then again, the Queen one was also the first one where we did all this ridiculous short month thing we're doing now. Short season. So in all, it feels like the devs are trying to, especially with Epic firing half its freaking crew. It feels like Epic's trying to save money for the top people by ignoring its moneymaker. What the frick are you? I don't understand where this people is shooting me from. Speed. What's that? Porta bunker. I missed Porta Forts. I hope when they bring back season 1 or season 5, chapter 1, we get to Porta bunker. So, big news on upcoming next season. They've already spoiled it themselves, so I don't mind talking about what I've seen. I'm going to have to figure out why my internet is recently. Anyway, so if you've been, I think I showed it once, if you've been to, the middle of the farm, let's see it. Oh no, here we go. Okay. Ooh. Oh my god, what is with the internet on this? I don't have this trouble anything else. Well, I don't even think I have this trouble playing Fortnite downstairs. This is literally just my PS5 for some reason. I have to figure out what it's connected to. Are we still streaming? We're still streaming. Kitty Cat, you're in my streaming spot. You're in my spot I go to where I stream these streams. You're a kitty cat. You're in my streaming spot. It's true. Yeah, evil chicken. Huh, they don't attack the seer. Defeat Countess Daruku in a duel or speak to her after she's defeated. Where'd my marker go? Oh, gosh darn it. bullet just passed through my head? Okay, so she's going over there. We're gonna head to the storm and see if we can't get to her. If my internet's somewhat sucking, that may explain why streaming cuts off every once in a while, but oh, she's been defeated. Okay. If you spot any paparazzi, let me know. I'm absolutely starving. You're dead, lady. First food for peppermint. Yeah, I'm having lag issues. Oh. Cool. Oh, fuck. Got me. Where'd he go? Oh, I have a stomachache. Ugh. Say something that didn't agree with me today. Possibly all the sugar. even with shitty lag. This might be the best weapon in the game right now. Got the music. Is that everything then? I didn't think I was that far. We may be done with Fortnite quests, guys. I thought we still had a bunch to go. Oh my god. First thing, why is this even in my inventory? Oh my god. Oh my. That's not what I meant to hit. The whole pause because of the lag is actually quite interesting. Who's over here? Got a new score in mind. You interested? I'm good right now. I see him. I honestly don't care if I get killed. I'm lagging so badly. It's kind of shit game today, isn't it? This has been a really bad problem for the last 2 weeks. Oh, that's my gun making that noise. That's kind of cool. Bye, Felicia. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Didn't expect number 2 to come get me. I'll try to see what I can do about my lag tomorrow morning. I might have to reset this, which means I'll do it at night. I can't do that without quitting the stream. I know I've played downstairs without any lag issues. So when I get off tonight, I'm going to see what I'm connected to. So yeah, in the future, in next season, technically, next chapter, apparently... Oh, yeah, we got hers. Cool, let's go ahead and upload that. What is this? There. That should also be part of it. Anyway, let's go to... Here we go. Just found that, Squeaky. Maybe I just left the... I didn't leave the food out. No, I put it back away. Anyway, what do we got here? Cool. Sorry, the devil. Oh my god, I think I was playing with y'all the other day when I got that sword, right? That sword obliterates. I don't think that's the same sword, by the way, in this picture. But the sword, the vampire sword you get from them, obliterates everybody. Just eats health. It's so fun to use. It reminds me of when they gave us stuff like that. One person could get it. Like the original sword, they had to vault because it was too strong. Okay, well, first things first. Battle Pass, we should have a ton of stuff to get some bonus rewards. You can unlock all the purple. All the purple lumen. That leaves enough for one more. So our gold matrix will go to the one with the mask. Or the actual hacker girl. Actual hacker. Wait, what? Oh, these cost 30. Oh, they're up in price. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, it looks like we're almost done with Fortnitemares stuff. But we are done with Fortnitemares items. That said, we still have some snapshots. We need to finish this. Collect bars from unlimited players. Secure 4 task towers. So, this will be the most important. This will be second important. Did I save her? No. Save as new. We're going to call it Protect Armor. She looks weird. She's definitely not human. TATP. TATP. TP. TP for my bungle. Sorry. Every time I hear TP, I think, Beavis. Safe. Wow, we actually almost filled up this entire thing this year. This season, I didn't think we were. Too weird looking. Back to randos. We can play our stuff. Okay, so, excuse me. Oh, did y'all see it said Dragon Ball Super and then have the Alan Wake thing up there? Did they just get rid of the Alan Wake thing and replace it with Super? The hell? Hold on here. Let it go through again. One more. Yeah, there it is. The Alan Wake thing is in the background, but it says Dragon Ball Super. Alan Wake has turned himself into a Super Saiyan so he can escape the fucking lake. Okay, so our main goal is to secure forecast towers. We're going to zoom out as far as we can to the battle bus, try to hit the forecast towers. Now, I see them a lot near the farm. I think there's one in the snow area. I don't know if they move around. I don't know if they sometimes there or sometimes aren't. I don't know because I've been there before and they're not there. I don't know. Oh, what's the ring about? Is that the same laugh as when he transforms? Not the same exact laugh, but like the similar voice actor, same voice actor? With the monstrous laughs? I have a text message. Someone posted spoilers to the FNAF movie. I'm like, pretty sure the entire freaking movie was spoiled by the ending with Corey Kenshin, because that's definitely after the movie ends. I'm not sure what there was left to spoil. Wow, the lag is terrible. I haven't seen this much lag since I played Fortnite Season 1. Oh, we're going back to Season 1. Is how I lag going up? I'm in Chapter 1. Okay, we're gonna want to go near Frenzy. This island. If you're wondering about that, it's a monster. That's all you need to know. Also, strangely HD in Fortnite. Like sometimes there's some things that look like they were taken from games or graphics that are a little too intense for this game. That's one of them. Another one would be Thanos. Thanos is Josh Brolin. Thanos looks way too detailed to be in this game. Friggity frog. Give me your shit. Friggity frog. Don't be a bitch. Friggity frog. trophy. Something I have here. Ah, twin mag headshots, huh? Okay, so now we want to do Frenzy Field, but we kind of want to just chill until the first thing hits. Okay, this for the mission. What was that noise? It's not a tower. That's my markers. I need a forecast tower. Forecast tower. Let me do that. Let's go Palo, I guess. Increase with stronger hit. I think this counts as scope. I don't see anything on here that says Storm Tower yet. It should be somewhere around here, I'm hoping. Come on, Storm. Come on down. 7 seconds. I'm just gonna sit here until the Storm Tower decides to pop up on us. I think it might appear after the second circle, but we'll see. Okay. I'm in Frenzy Fields. I don't see the storm people. Move up here. wanted. Now, not a lot of people come after this unless they have to do a mission, so hopefully it'll be safe. But it is close to the farm area, so you know, better shotgun. Not my favorite shotgun, but a better shotgun. There they are. On this road. So my job is to defeat them and hit them a whole bunch with headshots, I think. Killed by an actual player. Not this wannabe. We're gonna try it again. Get him. Get him. Get him, OGCN. Damn. Damn, this boy loaded. Charged over the stake? Nah, I wouldn't. Killing just outside the store is an OG cast pack is there too, but that's an OG skin is on. I think that's a battle pass skin, so there's no way to get that skin. Why is Fanning Dex match taking a freaking year? Turning the lobby. Gosh, can't fix him. I like the ones where it looks like he put something in his face. Accident. What the hell was that? I just started vibrating out of nowhere. I forgot this was a thing. Also, up here. What? I didn't hit go. What's going on here? I'm beginning to think it's not my connection having issues anymore. Uh-oh. Wait. No fucking way. Okay, same place as last time. Actually, I went over here, so we'll head back over here. No one was over here anyway. Kind of close to where I used to drop before they got rid of the peninsula or the Eclipse area over here. A big mouth dropping with souls coming from our hands, the souls of the people he ate, and a black hole showing where everything goes. Basically, he's Kirby with teeth. Wait, does Kirby have teeth? Kirby doesn't have teeth, right? And the fire wings, I don't know. I'll see. I can't get them all, man. That'd be an interesting costume to make. Actually, it wouldn't be too hard. You need a purple jacket. You just put staples back with it. It's got to have a hood which you'd manipulate to look like it does. Put plastic-ish teeth into it. My landing spot. But speed. Oh, why don't we go fishing for a bit? I haven't fished in a while. Actually fits his character a little. Oh. What? Oh, there's fish over here. Oh well. I got all we need to. Grab this for the XP. This. I have a ton of pizza, not so many bullets. The earaches. Do I still streaming? Still streaming. Streaming strong even if the connection of the game isn't. Oh, excuse me. Tummy is upsketty biscuity. I have a lot of weapons though. Should go here and find some weapons. Up here's where it usually spawns anyway, apparently. Well... there it is. Damn. Stop eating all my pizza, Goku. You jerk. This final match has a countdown. Uh-oh, someone stole something already. I think that if I do end up doing a final stream, we might finish off the medium if I haven't finished it off. But that's just in case I do the final weekly stream that I've been doing. Just to note that I've said this before, but if I do end up on my weekly streams, my streams will be extremely rare, but they won't go away. I'll stream sometimes. Just, you know, we won't be doing like constant streaming Fortnite, constant streaming games I play. I'll still play games. Just won't constantly on here. Okay, I can see the towers. I can't see the tower here. I'll see the tower here, but I can see the tower over there. Feel like I should look for the tower from a bus. And head towards it, because it may be changing locations, honestly. Wiggle, 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 worms. Okay. It's right there behind the house. Shit. It's been in here. Brick. travel them somewhere. Come on, where are these people at? Where did the gun go? Where did the gun go? It was right up there. No, it's not up there. Don't know where it went. It fell this way. Why is it not down there? We're going to try something. Different kind of jump scare. Also, we are going to run our basic Halloween jump scare episode. It's going to be the night before Halloween. Because I'll have things I need to do on Halloween. Oh, I was kind of hoping he'd be funneled up this way. What the frick is he? Good shit. It's the power. Okay, we got one forecast hour. Oh, we got icy feet on ice. I can see the future. Do you have any health box it? Oh. Finally, I thought that was never going to explode. What the hell? I don't know. I just got that. 0 point. You've done absolutely nothing this season. What? Ooh. Ooh. He sound rumbly and angry. Damn. I thought she was going to see if I could give her some headshots. At least I didn't start saying head. Okay, did we get anything? Says I got some in the locker. Oh, I got Heist the Jade, yeah, right. Same with her. I have enough for this now. Complete May Quest and Battle Royale 0 to increase rep. I still have 5 out of 10. Okay. So continue what we're doing. Left hand is not clutching that very well. Yeah, she's pointing at me. Stop it. Squeaky, stop it. She's pointing at me. Ah. Oh yeah. Israel, China, and North Korea are trying to implement a new world order. That is, I repeat, dollar store Korean country, the Russian dictator country that has fake democracy that is in so much debt from its failed genocidal invasion of Ukraine that it has to buy weapons from dollar store Korean country. And Winnie the Pooh's country. They want to be the leader of the NWO, and they're not. You can't be a dictator and be the New World Order. Dictators don't get to run the world as much as they wish they could. Okay, let's see. Where is it? Sickness. We're gonna hit the snowy one. Hit that one. chains kind of match him, the wings do not. Oh, that is weird. What is that noise? Putin's destroyed his country. I would not be surprised if something happens to Putin and it's completely internal. Completely done by his own people. China is too much of a normal country to want to kill its own people right off, challenging other nuclear powerhouses. As weird as this sounds, China is the most sane country of the trio. I don't know why it would think it could just do this, but it can't. And then again, North Korea is just some sad, pathetic excuse of madness. All of them talk big, but the truth is, if they did anything to US or the Allies, they'd be annihilated. Completely and wholly. They don't have a chance. 3 of them combined don't have a chance against US alone, much as US and its allies. In case you aren't aware, all of this is Russia's plan. The insecure little evangelist wannabe dictator running the state wants everything for himself. Okay. Where the heck did the thing go? I flew near it and then I lost it. This. I am nothing but a trash can. Too bad I can't lock away. We'll sit here and see if, you know what we could do, is hit into these places, figure out who give us disguises, disguise yourself, hit up somewhere and wait till someone jumps on, comes near us and jump on them. Okay, now we gotta wait is for the guy. Oh man, I forgot those were temporary. All you gotta do is wait for the guy to come in, but we need to get to the safer spot. Get some. Same idea as last time. We'll attack them as soon as we get an eye on them. They're probably gonna be over here somewhere. But yeah, Israel's war, by the way, other than being, of course, Israel and Hamas going at each other again, is actually a proxy war from Russia. Russia funded and armed Iran so they could arm Hamas, hoping that they could use it as a distraction to continue their illegal activity of genociding Ukraine. Like, we can pay attention to more than one crime at a time, dude. Last one. Oh, you're done. Now we just need to talk to May. Is May gonna be available in our area? Who knows? Let's get this on. We'll figure out where May is. Take this, because we... Well, okay, that's good. Take this. Pick that up, please. And... Ooh, what are our missions? Shoot. May is right here. That away. I don't know I did the headshot thing though, because this is the right thing for the headshot thing. But because it's a mythic, I don't know if it counts. Is this twin mag assault rifle? Is this a mythic? Oh, it's legendary. It's not even a mythic. It should count then, it's just gold. This is another one of those ones where, oh god, I'm on Kunki and my robot parts now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, fun with that. I don't know if we'll make it to May before I die. But we're gonna try. Oh, she got like a setup over here. Hello, May. You're formidable, and I love blowing stuff up. We'd make a pretty great team, but just FYI, Kato's up to something super sinister. I found some schematic lurking behind his firewall. Any idea what Chrono Cell is? I kind of want to know before I, risk everything I have. Chrono Cells. Bum 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 bum. I was singing that. What do you got? Sticky grenade launcher, huh? Okay, so we got to fight Kato Thorn, who's not going to be at his place as usual. I'll have to reset. Squid Dude from Fortnitemares Chapter 3. That's right. Fortnitemares Chapter 2 or 3? 3, right? 3 was Chrome and everything. We had Squid Guy in the Upside Down house, and we had the werewolf. So we actually had map things last fortnight. This one we kind of got Kato Thorn, but it feels a little like the Cube Queen, where they threw in the main story with Fortnitemares and didn't let it be its own thing, which is not cool. Feels kind of lazy. It's weird that they did that in Chapter 2. In the Chapter 3, we had a separate Fortnitemares thing, the werewolf claws, which I absolutely loved, and Squid Boy. And then we went back to having nothing on the 4th chapter. Weird. Anyway, I have something in my locker. Oh, latest form. Okay, quests. Damage Reverend Kato Thorn to collect Chrono Cells. So we just need to go down there, get it in his place, and hurt him. Is this 13 of 13? No, 8 of 13. I need 3 more to get the character up. But 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5. If you can get your hands on a Chrono Cell, I can try reverse engineering what Kato's up to. So Chrono means time, or like time relative. Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross is about time travel and time shenanigans, having deals with dividing dimensions and timelines and stuff like that. Chrono, being the main character, is known as the Chrono Trigger, so is Surge, is people who trigger time events. Cell, I can't think of anything but Dragon Ball Z and, of course, bodily cells. What if it's actual Cell? We already have Dragon Ball Z characters, why not Cell? And it could be all 3 versions of them. We could have weird lizard sucky suck tail Cell, offensive lips Cell, and beautiful Cell at the end. Goku looking Cell. Okay, let's go in. Got us a shiny lady. It is 11. We have about 1 more hour. Anyway, yes, so we're going to be doing some kind of time travel stuff, and we're going back to the first map. Now, there's some theories about it being a time travel machine breaking down and causing the timeline of the first chapter, season 5, to increase, and we'll be possibly going through seasons fast, like a season each week. Which would actually be pretty cool. I thought they were just going to loop us back through and we'd have to relive everything in Fortnite over and over again, and they'd just be like, no, we're done. This is Fortnite forever now. But that actually sounds pretty cool now. I hear that. But so that indicates time travel, which is going to have a possible major effect if they have any semblance of a writer on their team still. You heard me, Fortnite. I even think you fired your writers and everything. Because there's like no story anymore. So, you know I like time travel, and I like the idea of how it divides into timelines. Kato Thorne has already been going back in the past, removing stuff from the past, creating alternate timelines. Now, we don't see the effect because those are alternate timelines, and somehow his chair is able to come back here, so it's anchored. Well, I kind of wish we didn't start right over his house, but whatever. Go ahead, take me out. That's okay. I planned that anyway. With Thorn's Vampiric Blade, a mythic. It's a good blade, though. Let's go ahead and ready it. So, quest. Where'd May go? Oh, up here is right. Intro. Oh, rift. Charge chrono cells. We're going to go find a rift, so we're gonna go kind of far away and just try to find a rift. Did you know that in the chapter 1, the very first rift we saw, I think in season 5-ish, there was a new base created under the little maze in the woods? And that was the first place we saw a machine creating rifts. We didn't know who it was at the time, but that was most likely IO creating experience for the rift. I have a feeling, along with Jonesy, we've been on this map for thousands of years, if not hundreds of thousands of years. Guys, Palestinian citizens matter. I don't know why that's a controversial take. I'm not saying Hamas is doing right. What I am saying is IDF is doing wrong. Hamas is evil. Hamas shouldn't have attacked civilians. Hamas is not some revolutionary people. They're a terrorist cell. They're evil. They deserve to get got. But IDF carpet bombing an entire city to dust and killing kids and civilians in their wake is not getting the terrorists got. It's murdering civilians. And Palestinian people, the citizens, are people too. Now they're going to be like, but there's Palestinians who are celebrating the death of the Israelites. And there's Israelites who are celebrating the deaths of Palestinians. There's evil on both sides. And honestly, the government on both sides suck. Whether it's the now anti-democratic dictatorship Netanyahu, or however you want to pronounce his name, or the dictatorish little Pakistani psycho that runs their, I'm sorry, Palestinian psycho that runs their country. Either way, terrible people. Idea, terrible people. Hamas, terrible people. Both terrorists, both killing civilians for their own gains. There is two sides here, and in most ways the two sides are bad people. But then there's civilians, and the civilians are just civilians. And there in no way should Hamas be attacking a rave, or kidnapping children, or burning places to the ground. And in no way should IDF be carpet bombing residences into dust with people inside of them, or exploding hospitals. And before you go, but that hospital was exploded by a Hamas, I honestly haven't seen that. Does Hamas have crap weapons that might explode on them? Yes. Their weapons are from Russia. They're dollar store North Korean tech. Yes, it is plausible Hamas accidentally blew that up. But there's no all-in proof that they blew it up. Is it plausible that Israel would attack, and the IDF would attack and destroy a hospital? Yes, because they're a terrorist cell, just like Hamas. And that's plausible. It's something that could happen. The Israel Hamas BS happening right now reminds me a lot of the Iraq War. The attack from Hamas reminds me a lot of 9/11, because like Bush, Netanyahu was warned the attack was coming. He knew when it was going to happen. He knew the day it was going to happen. He pretty much knew the hour it was going to happen, and that he let it happen so he could have his little war with his neighbors and take over Palestine. Does that mean that Hamas is innocent? No, they're not. They're a terrorist cell run by Russia and Iran. Neither side is excusable or should be excused in any way or form. I don't know if I just that one. I guess I did. Okay, I need to hit a rift, apparently. The best rift I'm going to find is most likely in the, thermal or tactical, whatever. The best rift I'm going to find is likely inside, or where the, island pops up. There's always a rift there. So our best chance is just to sit still and wait for the island to pop up. So we'll just talk. But yeah, all in all, it's a terrible thing. And the world is just really bad right now, and everybody's feeling it. It's stressful. We have an evil Russia attacking Ukraine, trying to destroy the country for gain. We have an evil North Korea being babyish man dictator going, "You Russia, you." We have China over there being, "Don't call me Winnie the Pooh, or I'll nuke you." And, you know, just terrible people all around. We have a side of Israel that wants to wipe out Palestine. We had a entire protest in support of Israel a few weeks ago where they were calling for Palestinians to be wiped out and for the place to be just raised into a desert and then turned into a beach resort. That's what the Zionists are. Zionists aren't good people. It's an ideal of a bad government. Oh, no. Okay, away from the war. What should we talk about? We were talking about monsters. We never really got around to my monsters, and we have like what, an hour on here. And why did I turn off? Oh, we were looking at something. I bring that up because apparently a editor and chief editor for eLife has been replaced for retweeting a too realistic piece from the Onion, because Onion's like the most real news you get nowadays. Oddly, where it criticized how Palestinians' lives just didn't matter. Because let me say this, if you're berating dead bodies of Israelites or showing how they harm children in Israel, the Hamas has done, but you see a dead Gazan kid being carried by a crying medic and that doesn't move you, you're just racist. Yours isn't about kids and innocents being harmed. Yours is just racism. You don't happen to have a rift, do you? A rift on you. Did I hit you before? Okay. I am excited about... Oh, monsters, right. Okay, so let's talk about my monsters, I guess. So at first, I guess the main ones we'll talk about were werewolves and vampires. We did go over this little, but we'll go over it more now that we're restarting it. My vampires and werewolves were taken from different vampiric and werewolf lore and mixed them together into something I wanted. I wanted both to be a little more humanic than some give them, but not too human. I wanted them to be a little off-putting. Needed the werewolf to be bestial. I needed them to be more hungry, more violent, more sexual. And I needed the vampires than humans are. But, you know, they're still mammals, so they're still very human. Whereas the vampire being parasitic, blood-sucking organisms that see humans as food more often than not, would be colder. They're older, unlike werewolves. They live forever, so they're a little out of date sometimes. The Feltmont's as old as the country almost, and his boss is as old as is older than the country. Just not a rift. I thought it was a rift. Okay, I should leave. My werewolves are disease related. It's a virus. Basically, it's an STD. when they get infected, the first day it starts to spread throughout the bloodstream, then it attacks the T cells, but instead of destroying T cells, it recreates T cells, hijacks your T cells and uses them to recreate T cells and more T cells and more cells for that matter. And over time, creates a, completely overrides all human cells with werewolf cells. So by the time the entire thing is over, there's no werewolf. There's no human left in them, just werewolf. But they're still living organisms. They're just not human anymore. They still are their own people. Like Jason's still Jason. He's just affected by werewolf feelings, werewolf need now. Stuff like that. Vampires are parasitic when they get bitten, but not drained for whatever reason. They kill the vampire, they stop the attack, they, whatever. The moment they get bitten, parasites, as in plural, release into their bloodstream, and they fight through the bloodstream to reach the stem of the brain. Sort of like, you know, baby making juice does elsewhere. The parasites will root, the one parasite, one single one, the winner, will root in the brain and grow to become part of the cerebral cortex area. If someone cuts into it by the time it's fully grown, they won't really be able to tell anything's down there. Maybe a professional will be like, hey, there's more mass down here than normal. But honestly, no one really cuts into the cerebral cortex unless they have a extremely good reason, because that's the computer, the CPU that runs everything. Without the cerebral cortex, we're pretty much dead. Cut off that, you cut off the heart, you cut off everything else. The brain is more like the memory, while the cerebral is the CPU. Without the brain, you don't have yourself. Without the CPU, you don't have shit. Okay, we're gonna make it over that way. Reminds me of the old days of trying to figure things out. Now, there's usually rift points around the island. Would y'all like a little sneaky deaky out of there? Really close to these asses. There's more asses, including asses in trucks. I don't know what the freak is going on over there. We're gonna avoid that as much as possible. Shit. Double shit. I have nothing to do with you guys. Yeah, there it is. This is what I need. Talk to Nolan Chance. He's outside the storm, isn't he? The fuck am I? No, he's not. Nolan around. Says no one is around, but I don't see him. That is not Nolan, that is Jonesy. Whatever. Where's Nolan? He's not here. Damn, I had to die. Okay, so what other monsters are there? The Creature of Darkness. That is all I have for him's name. Other people call him the Being of Dark and Black Robes. Description-wise, he's a creature in black, tattered-looking robes. He, exists mostly to cause death. He exists either to cause death directly or to be around all the death caused. I'm sorry. Does that look like Dueling Peaks? I know I wasn't gonna make it, so whatever. Okay, so we need to talk to Nolan. Let's go ahead and ready up. While we sell some time here. Wait, how's he back? Or is that a different one? I killed him. That has to be a different one, right? Why is there so many freaking Gokus in this map? 2 black and 1 regular. Anyway, so with the creature in dark robes, we don't know much about him. We know there's creatures like him in Midnight, Texas. Not Midnight, Texas. I'm sorry. Moonlight, Texas. Can't call it Midnight. That was its original name before I realized there was a Midnight, Texas and something else, but in Moonlight, Texas. You know what? Guess of Moonlight. And then, sorry, Guess of Moonlight. We learn there are these creatures of darkness that inhabit the city, and the creature in robes shows up. I'm going to call them the creatures in robes show up. Shows up first in a original story. Well, they're all original stories. They're all my stories. Where my very first story that I released in the very first Dead Ends, known as Creeping Death. He shows up to cause a pro-gun rally to get violent. He causes himself, at that point he talks like, he seems to influence a man into starting shooting. He himself causes a fire to happen in a gas station that makes it explode near the fictional city of West Creek. And then inside the fictional city of West Creek, he takes out a forensist. He takes out, I'm sorry, not a forensist. He takes out a person in jail. And a forensist, right, it was a forensist as well. And a person who was like in a drunk take. Takes out those two people. Through his influences. He's unkillable, as far as we're aware. Most of the darkness creatures are. He's intelligent, and he always drives around in a loud-ass, like, Pontiac car. They blast back. You know, I have, like, off and on connotations, look, chapter 1 shit, about the Chrome thing, but the Chrome was actually pretty cool. Mai's on board. That's good for the heist, and very bad for my explosive budget. Honestly, I don't know what we have pulled off without her. It worked. We're almost there. Once we deliver what Stone is after, you and I are going to be walking the easy street. Or is she not after the thing sitting over here already? Oh, that's right, I can hire him. Hold on. Oh, I need to hire May. Okay. So in case y'all missed it, the time machine appears to be here and is set for chapter 1. We have Tomato Head, its style of worship. We have the cafe, I barely even remember. We have Durburger with Trick's face on it. Sorry. That was funny. As far as the anatomy of the creature, we don't have much on him. Dark robes, billowing black smoke, and a shiny tentacle of black that appears out of his sleeve whenever he needs to touch somebody. This is the loudest car in the game, by the way. I'd be interesting to see how they mix Chapter 1's map with May graphics. He's gone. And I have to bite the dust. Bump, bump, bump. Another one bites the dust. Oh, whatever. Can I just climb? Climb. No. Gotta find a place to jump off. That is definitely gonna hurt me. This is not one of those places. Find someone to shoot. Let's head over to circle. Oh right, there's an entire... I guess I'm not gonna make it too easy on them. Oh, that was gone. Oh, fuck. Oh, good shot. I think we're done with that, right? We're done with the Fortnitemares right now. Oh no, the other thing. We're done with the other thing. Bye, Squeaky. Are we annoying you? I'm sorry. Oh god, why are quests all the way over here? I really don't like how this is set up right now. Oh no, we're not done. We need to hire May. So now we're heist mates. Want to blow some stuff up? Collect sticky grenade launcher from eliminated opponent. Or chest. Can't get it from her apparently. Destroy structures with remote explosives. Okay, so first we're gonna get May, and also why is the hacker so into exploding things? So what other monsters are there? There's the tall tree. The tall tree is found in West Creek. He's sort of a creepy pasta inspired thing. In the story, the kids go up into the forest to try to disprove Slenderman by breaking into a wooded area. You shouldn't go into the wooded area, you shouldn't break into places. This is two things that get you got in the Slenderman stories. What they find instead is a tree-like creature. It's never fully displayed in either story it appears in. Mostly you get to see its tree bark-like legs, 4 of them, so it's quadrupedal. It does the key character imagines that it has these and imagines that it has a human mouth full of flat teeth, but these are just all in his mind. We don't actually see how it eats things. We do know that it has a spindle thing dangling between 2 of its legs, and that it captured one of the main character's brothers in it and brought it up to it to eat it. In the second story it appears in the Halloween Party 1 and Dead Ends 2, it tries to capture the main character in that one, but he gets loose. And it captures it by spinning the spindle thing around the hand of its victim. And we do know that, as well as having tree-like legs, the underside of it looks like brush put together, like tree brush or something. Just kind of jammed together up there to give it the illusion of being a tree in a dense forest road lifts. I did not know you were one of those, but okay. Okay, collect a sticky grenade from a chest for a person. I need sticky grenades. I need remote explosives. I might actually go do that stuff in Team Rumble, because that'll be fun to play with in Team Rumble. We may not be able to finish it tonight, actually. So yeah, that's what we know of the Tall Tree. I wanted to leave most of my characters kind of a mystery. I don't want to explain them. We don't know what the Darkness creature is. He showed up in several stories, including showing up at the end of at the very end of a story about a town being destroyed in the first one. He has no actual connection to that story other than being there at the end, having watched the destruction. There's no indication that he is at all in with the other creature there. Is this the one with the flag? It's not, is it? No, try to not stare the shit out of him? Mez's Reach. Darn it. Go back by her area. Didn't even set off her campfire. And fire set. What other creatures are there? We have the liquid creature from Sekwa. That was the name, the one I was talking about. The city's destroyed. The liquid creature, again, is little known. He shows up as a pool of liquid in an actual pool. It looks filthy. But when someone steps into it, the liquid snake-shaped creature, or worm-shaped creature, if you wish, okay then. She didn't have remote explosives, does she? I don't see anything. Hey, gimme. Oh my god, all I want for Christmas is remote explosives. What are you blinging about? Thought I was. Oh, finally. Please tell me this counts. Anyway, the creature, the liquid creature, which is all we know it as, shows up in Sikwa, ends up actually destroying part of the town before they ever see it, and it's back in the pool when they catch it. The pool seems to be its resting spot. One of the cousins walks into it and dissolves him by separating his pieces. He seems to be alive up until his complete dissolution, even when he's in pieces. Then it starts kind of attacking them and running around the place. It seems not exactly sentient, kind of animalistic in its movements and its ways. That was fun. Fuck this shit, scared the crap out of me. That didn't count, yeah. It's not very good though. Yeah, I'd rather break more than one thing. I forgot those existed. This all appears to be either for Triarch Aurora or Tato Thorn. The beginning thing is mostly Triarch Aurora. Lady, you're going to have to leave that place. You're going to get got. The creature actually is one of the few things that, shit. One of my characters has defeated that creature. As it does give apparently vaporize. Okay, all I need to do is collect a sticky grenade launcher from a thing. Doesn't hurt. Oh, you think I can make that? I just kinda want to explode people. Oh shit, storm's here. Oh well. Well, we don't need to explode people, we need to get a sticky grenade. Out of a box or out of people? I'm gonna die. Grenade? Nope. Grenade! Nope. Grenade. And death. She was keeping herself alive, though. That's interesting to note. Okay, it is 12 o'clock, people. We will be calling that a night. What other monsters are there in our repertoire here? We have the killers from the Halloween party. We are not technically monsters, they're humanoid, even though the reason they exist is, read the story. There's the bone skittering silverfish creature, which is supposed to give you goosebumpy feelings. It did for me. Fuck, what else is there? I think off the top of my head. Of course, there's going to be more monsters in Bite of the Moon's sequels as we go on. More creatures, I should say. Well, not just because they're not humans, doesn't mean the monsters. Don't be racist. I will be back tomorrow. What do we got left on quests, honestly? Well, that's it on that. This is pretty much done. Time to go candy hunting and no door will stop you. Every good trick is spooky, There are multitude of spooky adventures out there. Got her last one to do. I don't know what that's going to give me, if anything. Weeklies we haven't done it for freaking ever, I think. We're just doing them as we work. Ranks I've kind of started to ignore. Survival medals, I began to ignore those. Next with purple. Season long goals. Down 3 more of those, we'll get something. The Horde Rush is done, so we may be back tomorrow for this. Honestly, there's not a lot left to do in it this season. Finish the storyline and see where it takes us. If something rolls around tomorrow, Snapshots is done after this. If something rolls around tomorrow, I guess we could come back. We still have 3. We'll be ready in 2. Wait, what? 3. That's weird. Week 9 will be ready in 2 days. But if something rolls around, or there's something interesting happens by tomorrow, we'll probably come back here. But if there's not really anything, I might just play Cyberpunk tomorrow, honestly. Trying to think of features from my stories right now. My brain's drawing blanks. But you know what? Let me just look up the thing before we take off here. I'll look up all my books. I'll remember them as soon as I see the titles of the freaking story. But just off the top of my head, no. My brain not doing it. My Kindle. Or my Nook. Kindle or Nook? Where are you? Kindle. Dead Ends 1. Oh, well, first thing, there's Unsuspected. The monster in that one is a tornado, an F5 twister. Soulless, thoughtless, not an evil entity in anywhere form, but destroys the city of San Antonio, which is wholly unprepared for a storm with no alerts once the storm knocks out all the regular electronics and cell services, which are easy to knock out here in San Antonio, by the way. I've noticed this many years later after writing in that, the moment it rains, my phone's like, what is working? So now we're into Dead Ends 1. Dead End 1's monsters are the Creature of Darkness we already talked about. crickets. Crickets are actually just crickets, but they seem to multiply in implausibility, building up places they shouldn't be. It's they're sort of like the character is kind of going insane, and you're left to question whether the crickets are a real thing, even though more than one person can maybe see them towards the end. But the character's insanity drives him to do something that ends up killing himself. So you have to kind of wonder what's going on here. And there's a little trick at the ending where you wonder if anything you just read was actually real or not. We were talking about the tall tree. Oh, the Harvest Moon. The Harvest Moon is a good one. So I say that about my own story. It's kind of, but the Harvest Moon is a story that is werewolf inspired like, but the creature isn't technically a werewolf, it's a were-ape. I kind of took the idea of the great apes from Dragon Ball Z and mixed it into a werewolf to create a kind of creature I hope was disgusting, gross, terrifying, and terrible at the same time. And then at the very end, I just make it worse by throwing in a human element. But the were-monkey is half human, half monkey were thing. Which is kind of funny because humans are monkeys to begin with. The hunters, the monsters, are ghosts or spirits, tortured in a long since abandoned asylum in the middle of West Creek. We may return to the fact that asylum once existed there, but in the hunters, it gets pretty much demolished by the actions of the ghosts trying to harm the ghost hunters that have gone in there just for the fandom of ghost hunting. In Loot, there is no monster other than time. In the Barking, the monster is human. The monster is actually a serial killer who targets a dog, but the monster is very much an old, ugly human being man. In Dead Ends 2, Mine the 13th floor we already talked about. It shows the tall tree again, the bone spider thing, the serial killers. If you were to Sleep Street, it is sort of a demon human, a human demon. It's a human who is human, who has the power to act as a demon sort of in sleep. And in the sleep, he plows the streets to protect children. Especially abused children he knows are being abused. And by protect, I mean he kills their abusers. Nothing other than that. He just writes out murders their abusers with his demonic powers, or knife, or whatever. In Rabid, the monster are rabid animals. Rabid was actually my ode to Cujo, because Cujo was my very first Stephen King novel. So Rabid introduced the idea of rabid animals coming to attack a family fun park, and a guy with a son having to deal with that. And the son's like a little tiny baby. Not a baby, but toddler. You know, he's having to survive that. He's having to deal with a police officer, a little girl who just saw her dad get torn apart, and he's trying to survive. Then he has to choose whether to do the right thing and help this girl, or to do his own thing and try to survive and get away. In Cotton Eye Joe, the monster is hate. Technically, the monster is Cotton Eye Joe. Cotton Eye Joe is a creature, not only demonic, but demonic-like creature. A creature of hate who feeds off and creates hate. He is created by hate coming into play in a large group. He's ancient. He would be there during Nazis World War II. He'd probably hang out in the camps as one of the people. He was there most likely during the Civil War, during Black slavery, during anti-black sentiment, during the Civil Rights era. He is always there. In Cotton Eye Joe, he is there to promote and feed off the hate of queer people who just got their rights to marry in 2016 in the story. Is based off the county clerk here in the U.S. who refused to give gay people their rights to marriage, their marriage licenses. But the Cotton Eye Joe Originally appears as one of the lead haters. He looks, but his form is sickly. He looks pale with veins lying on him. If you saw him, you thought the person he was formed as was dying. And his eyes are just webs of pus. Like, you don't see any actual eyes, just webs of pus that are constantly leaking down his face. His true form is a giant pus monster. Like, he looks just like a web of leaky humanoid-shaped pus. But he barely ever looks at that form. The one time he shows up in this form, spending most of the time killing in the farmer's form, is when the farmer decides that hate's dumb, what they've been doing is wrong, and the monster loses its form or the person it was promoting hate with. But in the end, it gets another form. It's not. I don't want to say it's a deity or a demon. I don't want to say it's anything because it's an unknown. But it's probably unkillable, and it'll survive as long as hate survives. I have written a bit of a backstory lore around for it since then, and it will if the person who is the hater is killed by someone else, he will disappear until the next hate movement takes place. If the death of his person he's pretending to be doesn't stop the hate, then he could come back and possess another person. Sort of what happens when he kills the farmer and he possesses someone else because the hate's still there. But if the hate is stopped, if it's ended, like World War II ended, he'll go away and wait for another big mass of hate. Right now, he could possibly be part of the MAGA Nazi terrorist group because they're racist and they hate queers. He could be on either Hamas or Israel government side because they're both racist against each other, just hoping to oust the other people to death. Honestly, yeah, he could be. There's that really anti-gay Russian ally, or just Russia, or Uganda for that matter, which allowed evangelists to take over and turn it into an anti-gay state. He'd feel very at home in all those. There's a lot of room for sequels to Cotton Eye Joe, honestly. Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe doesn't. He can kind of manifest, like when he shows up in the courtroom. There's no way he just walked in. He appeared there, and he seems to be able to teleport and move fast. In fact, when he goes to take on the farmer, he's originally the farmer's reflection, and he's able to come out and become his own thing once he loses the farmer. In the crossing, there's no monsters there other than foolishness. In the Hatman, how did I forget the Hatman? The Hatman is an interesting creature. He's a long, slender humanoid with impossibly long arms and long legs, sort of like Slender Man. He has a massively round head. Think like slender body, giant pumpkin head-like thing, but it's all just like skin stretched around a massive skull. He's got little eyes behind some spectacles. He's got a big old bushy mustache that usually hides his mouth. And he's intelligent. He can talk. He converses with people he usually hunts. And that's all I gotta say on that. Albeit, when he is called and when he does kill, he opens his mouth super wide and bores them. Just swallows them whole. That is kind of what happens to one of the main characters in there, and his mom. But it does seem that there's sort of a dimensional thing here, because while he watches his mom get eaten, and this isn't exactly what they can see on the video, the people aren't seeing the monster because they didn't call him, they didn't take his picture. They just see his mom vanish, fade away. And then when he's taken in the courtroom, he's taken by the creature, everybody sees him just kind of break down and go insane and lose all semblance of sanity or himself. So, I like him a lot. I'd like to visit both the Hatman and Cotton Eye Joe again. I'm not sure how far the Hatman can go, because he's a very specific killer. Cotton Eye Joe, I think, would be very versatile. In the wind in their nose, the monsters, as is very often, is human. It's based off the idea of aerial hunting, which was something Sarah Palin did. If you don't remember Sarah Palin, she was a kind of the beginning of MAGA. She was like the nutty ass conservative politician that was like, yeah, let's be as dumb and hateful as we can be. Let's be dumb like Bush, but hateful like all the other Nazi right-wingers. And she became like the proto-MAGA. She ended up helping create the Tea Party, which was the proto-MAGA. So anyway, the main characters here are wolves, so the monsters are the humans that can fly these giant metal birds that are shooting at them with thunder sticks. It very much paints humans as something otherworldly, because to the wolves, they are otherworldly. In the lake, the monster is unseen. Never ever see it. You get indications of what it can do and what it might look like, but it is completely unseen. I wanted to keep it that way. Is it a tentacle? Does it have hands? Is it a fish? Is it a creature? Is it supernatural? Is it somewhat natural? Is it just a group of killers playing a prank? Who knows? We see it grab an anchor. We don't see it grab the anchor, but it does grab an anchor, and it pulls so hard it can pull the boat end up, and then it can run with the anchor, so it can just pull the boat through the water until the father cuts the anchor. We see it scatter. Well, we see the effect of it scattering rocks on an island, where it looks like it may have slithered out like it was a snake or had tentacles, but who knows? Literally, the lake monster is my least known monster because we know zero about it. I want to leave it at that. It was based off the idea of lake monsters and lake horror. One of my favorite lake horrors was Toluca Lake in Silent Hill, where in a side story there was a story about a ferry going down. But there are others. There are... oh shit, what happened? How did I do that? Whoops. Back in the dead ends too. There are others. There are The Mist. There's a bunch of them. What else is there? Victims of Freedom. Again, the monsters are human, based off hate, technically. The Cloud Eye Joe could have showed up for this one, but he's not in this world. These hateful humans attacking, hurting, raving, transgender people. Those are the monsters to humans. One of the lead monsters at the end is shown to be a good old Christian Southern right-wing man. But he's just a monster. All the crosses on the wall can't stop him from being the true devil. In the processing, the monsters are sort of an alien-like species. I have written more on them, and they'll probably come out later, but we're given this idea that it's like a humanoid-like world, where these people are sent to be processed as in meat. The way they're processed is the same way humans are processed or cattle are processed in humans. In humans' Earth. We're talking about skinned, alive, shot or hit in the head by something that puts them down, gutted, different ways. Even some of them are even taken to be bred to make more meat. But the creatures themselves originally just show up in yellow slickers. They're all wearing yellow slickers, and they have this weird, almost circular cone-shaped hood on, and they look like hazmat people. But they have 3 fingers and not enough fingers, and what we see from one of them, its genitalia is way different than humans. I wrote the processing to be the Goro shock horror. My first delve into that. But when we see them later on, when the humans are revolting and takes off one of the masks, I mean, that has to be really shocking, just to have your meat suddenly grab weapons and fight you. They're sort of like a weird humanoid, grayish skin, gross looking creature. Their heads are singular, their mouths are jaggedly teeth, their eyes don't look human. It's very weird. I describe it better in the book. And that's it for Dead Ends 2. Dead Ends 3 had less stories in it because they were a trio of novellas. It took me a while to remember that. Novella is not Spanish soap opera. Novella is uh, long short stories or short books. Too short to be an actual novel, too long to be a short story. In 17CL, which was my ode to Silent Hill, so I made 17CL at about the time they made, I want to say, Books of Memories, and I was pretty much like, yeah, Konami had forgotten Silent Hill was a profitable thing once, and are now just bullshitting us. We had got Books of Memories and we had got Downpour, and those were terribly disappointing. Wasn't a huge fan of Homecoming, but at least that game was well made. It had some good boss fights in it. Can't say anything good about Downpour. Maybe the story is a little unique, and I cannot say anything really good about Books of Memories at all, which is not at all like really a Silent Hill horror story. Um, in 17CL, let's go ahead and end this thing just in case they want to. There we go. So in 17CL, we are introduced to a foggy world where everybody seems to have disappeared, except for a handful of people: the writer, the mother, the coworker, the worker, and the trucker. The writer lives in locals. The trucker was when he is living in local when he drives his car to town and faints before waking up to the empty town. The trucker is trucking in stuff when he faints and wakes up to the town being deserted. The mother is local. She just wakes up in her house to a deserted town, and the coworker and worker were actually trapped in an elevator when everything went to shit, and they come out like way later, uh, thanks to help from the mother mostly, to the deserted town. The town, however, is deserted of humans, isn't deserted of creatures, and the creatures are all based on the people there. For example, uh, one of the first things someone meets is the trucker meets what we call the firemen. The firemen wear firemen jackets, but they waddle weird like penguins. Their jackets are too long on their arms. The arm jackets seem to have little hoses attached to the end of them instead of hands, and they spray out some kind of black crude. It's not entirely clear in the story what the crude does. And they seem to have masks on. One's mask is so foggy you can't see in it. The other's mask shows nothing but darkness with some red, like glowing eyes in it or something. And we don't get too much story with the firemen. They just freak the trucker out, and he runs. There's well, I call it the trio and the quad. This is going to go into spoiler territory. The trio is a mixture of two children and a dog to a mangled, angular, meaty creature. And then later on, it becomes the quad when the mother joins it, and it forms on top of her body like a head, and then forces parts of itself out of parts of herself. I try to keep that PG-13. Um, I wanted it to be kind of disturbing. I hope it was. And that is what we'll call the tree on the quad. There's the trucker. Again, we're going to spoiler territory. When the trucker figures out something, he wanders off and becomes a giant truck that wants to run down and kill the remaining people. Um, there's the hanging tree, which is a tree of meat with ribbed intestine nooses all over it. It is actually, spoiler territory again, it is the worker, the male worker, who is also a abuser and rapist, shows him in his true form. I guess the trucker's true form was the truck, and the mom's true form was part of her family. uh, but yeah, actually, the workers originally shows up as the noose monster when they escape the elevator, when the coworker escapes the elevator. But then he later wakes up as not the tree monster, and then comes back as it later. The the coworker, the woman, becomes the locust woman once she figures out that she was abused by the other person. Um, I don't really know what I was going with the Locust one. Uh, I just thought it was disturbing the way she was transforming. Um, while the writer doesn't technically transform, and the military person never has a monster, the writer has a monster. The monster is a bag of drugs. It's a humanoid monster with uh, just filled with goop of different drugs. Got piston needles for hands. He's got a flowery head that releases toxic gas fumes that hardcore people, hardcore druggies huff. You'll see that in GTA if you ever played GTA. um, it's kind of referencing the writer's former drug use. Now the writer will and its drug use will be part of a different story eventually. But yeah, and it is also referencing Stephen King. Stephen King wasn't that hardcore of a drug user, but he was a drug user, and he admits it. He admits it's the worst thing he ever did, it's the worst part of his life. But also, he wrote some amazing shit, high as shit. He wrote, I think, Cujo and The Gunslinger just off his balls. So whatever, Stephen King. Probably shouldn't have been using the harder stuff, but maybe the Mary Jane was okay. That's all I can think of as far as the monsters go. In that one, I think it's all. Excuse me, I'm tired. It is past my bedtime. It is 30 minutes past my time. So in Guess the Moonlight, we have the darkness creatures. We talked about them before. There's hundreds of different types. There's a giant one with giant boulders for balls. There's a sometimes they take form sort of like the 17 CL creatures of something of a sin sort of thing, but sometimes they're just their own form. Sin example would be there is a lion hunter who comes into town to try and sell the pelt and stuff of the lion that caused his family's ruin and unpopularity, and he ends up stalked by a darkness creature that is in the form of sort of a lion or panther, a cat. Um, but most of the creatures here are just darkness. The only two that stand out other than the regular darkness ones that are just random, uh, giant creatures, are going to be the darkness guy with the robes, who we talked about again. It's in many stories. He shows up in this one. Um, and then he kind of enlists a serial killer that was appeasing the darkness in town when they decide just to break down the walls and let the darkness roam free. And that serial killer becomes darkness himself once the creature in the robes inhabits him, which is later undone when he's been spent. And lastly, in the Warm Hearth, the monster in that one, humanoid again. Pure human, stalker, obsessed lover, human. Um, yeah, that's all. That and maybe winter. Uh, but yeah, if y'all haven't read the Dead End series, go read them. They're self-edited and they're before I had grammar release, so maybe it's a little rough, but please go read them. They're fun for me, and I'm hoping they're fun for you. If you want to support my writing, go buy Bite of the Moon. I'll continue to work on Bite of the Moon's second story, but I can't guarantee when it will be out. I'm still aiming for the tax return, but I've been distracted by this whole job hunt thing I was forced into. Hopefully, having a job, if even if I have to abandon all the streaming, will allow me to afford to be able to even further push my writing and its advertising. Maybe one day someone will be like, "Hey, this isn't half bad. Maybe we should be his publisher one day." We can always hope. Um, but at least if I get this new job, I'll be making more bocos, more money. Um, I will see y'all tomorrow around the same time. We'll probably play Cyberpunk. Honestly, there's nothing really left here to do. Um, that's all I really have for y'all. Peace and out, guys.